Let's try this again, folks. Oh my god. I can do this, I swear. Okay. So it's a little too zoomed in. Okay, let's see. Is it working? Okay. Okay, we are horizontal. We've done it. Amazing. Okay, so what I did was I started the video without it like having adjusted to the landscape or something very stupid like that, but that's okay. We're here now. We figured it out. All is well. I don't even know what I'm drawing yet, so I don't anticipate saving this video for later or anything like that. I'll probably delete it once it's done. So it's just more like a trial run for me, which, you know, obviously I needed. Okay, let's see. What do I want to draw today? I'm gonna start with a bird. Start off real easy. So let's see what shows up here. Okay, you guys, yeah, you guys can see that. So I'm gonna have to like figure out the dimensions too, because like it's too zoomed in for me, so it doesn't show my whole page, which is super annoying. But that's okay. We're figuring this out. All right, so I'm just gonna jump into it. And thanks. Is your name pronounced Katria? Kitria? I don't want to mispronounce your name. Also, make sure that I can show everything in the stream. Oh my gosh, so many things to consider. Katria, okay, cool. Well, thank you so much for your help. I appreciate it. Total noob. But I am definitely like a trial by fire kind of gal. Because like if I overthink it and like try to plan too much, then I just won't ever do anything. So I kind of have to be impulsive. I didn't even know I was going to stream today. I was just like, okay, let's jump in, I guess. Yeah, I think you kind of have to be, honestly. Otherwise, it's just paralyzing. Okay, so I haven't drawn today yet, so I fully expect this to be super rusty. That's okay. We're just gonna try our best. Yeah, I'll play the perfectionism, literally. I used to suffer with that so bad, and then I just was like, you know what? I don't care anymore. I decided nothing matters. No one else cares. I'm the only one that cares, so just try. Okay. I think it's showing up. See if I can maybe... Here. So I'm drawing a kingfisher. Birds are like a comfort zone for me, so I'm just like starting with something a little easy. Give myself a chance to warm up. I remember that from your videos. Oh yeah, okay, you really were watching. Yeah, that's my motto. Fail as much as possible. Fortunately, I'm very good at failing, so, you know, I know how to take my own advice. Okay, so yeah, what I'm doing is just like starting in colored pencil. So hopefully you guys can see it. Like, yeah, I think it's dark enough based on what I can see. But yeah, so I'll start with the pencil crayon and then like go in and refine everything with a pencil. Sometimes I do like layers of different colors for the colored pencil, but I've been kind of vibing just going on pencil over top, so we're gonna do that. Cool. And it's harder, I find when the color is dark, then I have the tendency to want to make it more of a refined drawing right out the gate versus just like sketching in the structure and everything. But I kind of have to use a darker color for it to show up. So we shall see. Hi, graffiti ones. You tuned in at the right time. We had some technical difficulties there at the start, but you're we're good now. We're rolling. And if there's any more technical difficulties, like if you guys have a hard time seeing, like if it's too dark, the lighting and stuff, let me know. Once again, don't know what I'm doing, so. But super excited to be doing more streams. I really missed it. I used to do them on Instagram like regularly for the most part, nothing scheduled, but Instagram is hard because you can't, like people who are watching you pretty much have to commit their whole screen to you. They can't do multiple things simultaneously, so it's hard for people to like stick around long term. And like I could never also see like the chat and stuff because I couldn't figure out how to play the streams on my desktop computer. I would have to refer to my phone every time I wanted to read the comments, which I was using to record, so I don't know. There's so much little nuances to learn about recording and like making videos and stuff. It's super intimidating. I came from IG and watched your process video yesterday. It's cool to see the sketch process live. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm glad to have you here. Let me know if you have any questions and I can try my best to explain. But I was saying before that I'm still quite rusty, so these are probably going to feel a little bit stiff. But that is okay. I haven't really been drawing as much as I would like to lately, so I think doing something like this, like streaming a little bit more regularly, will give me a chance to kind of get back into the groove of things and start to fill out more of my sketchbook. Because I'll eventually do maybe a tour of the sketchbook, but unlike my last one, which I liked a lot of the drawings in it, this one is just messy. It's just full of like really messy thumbnails and concept sketches and stuff like that, which is super useful because like I've been doing a lot more painting versus drawing lately, but it's not pretty to look at, so which is what the people want. They want aesthetic. Yeah, it's a whole new job if you really want it to do it well. Both streaming, video editing, recording, it's all different. Yeah, honestly, I actually do find that I liked the editing process. Not that I think that I'm very good at it or anything yet. There's still obviously a big learning curve there, but the actual recording of myself is really challenging, like especially when I'm trying to remember what to say, and because I find even in regular conversations with people, I'll be talking and then kind of space out mid-sentence and then be like, I don't know where I was going with that, I'm sorry. So that does not make for very good video content, unfortunately. But the beauty of editing is that I can like have a million different thoughts and then splice them all together in a way that kind of makes sense at the end. My mom was watching them and she was like, Keelan, like you're so articulate and it sounds like you really know what you're talking about. And I was like, thanks. It took me like 4 hours to edit it to actually make it make sense. So that is the beauty of editing. Okay, I'm getting all fussy, which is something I do when I'm talking and trying to draw at the same time. I like kind of get hyper fixated on small details and then it gets really heavy-handed. Honestly, the whole prospect of like drawing while being recorded and then talking simultaneously is a whole other skill too. One that I'm also still trying to develop. Sam, have you tried writing a script? I don't have to read directly off of it, but you can memorize key points if you get everything done. Yeah, I've kind of tried writing like a rough script, but I find, I don't know, it stresses me out a lot when I'm like, I know I need to remember certain key points even. It just brings me back to like talking in public speeches and stuff when I was in school. It's, I don't know. It is obviously way more efficient that way, so I'm not just kind of scrambling to piece everything together. So I think I'll try to do it a little bit more, but I just need to find a way that kind of works for me and doesn't stress me out super bad. That's why I try to like talk about things that I feel like I know at least a little bit about, so I can kind of talk off the cuff and not worry about, you know, looking up the research or whatever. Just kind of comes out of the old noggin. Hopefully this is all in frame. I don't even understand how people do this. Like, do they use another service when they're like streaming videos or something? Because like, if I didn't have my laptop, then I essentially couldn't really read the chat or see what I was doing to know if it's in frame and stuff like that. I don't know. I guess I should probably look up some tutorials or something. Cool. Little kingfisher baby. I want to do more research on the wings. Despite drawing birds a lot, I still have not like mastered the wing anatomy yet. But with that being said, I do actually like the sketch, despite feeling, you know, super rusty. So that's great. We did it. I use my laptop camera for my selfie camera and another web camera to film my desk, and then put everything together in OBS streaming software. Okay, I do have OBS, and that is typically what I'll use for my YouTube videos. I just didn't know how to kind of do that for streaming, because I was trying to figure that out today, like the whole streaming thing, and it just literally throws you in without any warning. It's like, oh nope, here you go, good luck. Yeah, maybe I'll just draw more kingfishers. If I can find a different pose. No, let's just draw birds. Let's do that. Let's just draw some random birds. So this is a kingfisher. How do I... AirPlay. Oh, AirPlay, iPad screen. Yeah. AirPlay seems like a great thing. I only have an iPhone. I don't have a Mac or anything, so I don't think it would be compatible for me, but honestly, it might be worth my time to invest in such a thing. Okay, I'm gonna try drawing in this corner. Hopefully you guys can see that. Or I can send you, yeah, if you could send me a detailed message of how to set it up, that would be absolutely fantastic because I need all the help I can get, frankly. Okay, so yeah, I'm done that sketch. I'm moving on to a picture of a barn swallow right now. So I'm just gonna try and like kind of puzzle piece it in there. Oh, I'm using, here, let's try starting with pink this time. Does that show up? Yeah, okay, that shows up, that's fine. Now, did I start this too low? Possibly. God, I sound so chaotic. I'm like actually so chill in real life. But as soon as you put me in front of a camera, I am like, panic, talk, don't shut up. If you don't stop talking, people won't know that you don't know what you're doing. I don't know if that's, oh no, you can kind of see that. I need to put like some tape lines or something so I know where my limits or my border is. See, again, I'm just doing super rough outline with colored pencil. And I actually, like, that's helpful for two reasons. Like, one, I like being able to go in really loosely without worrying about making sure the proportions and everything are right, like right off the gate. And then I also like how it looks because it just adds like a little pop color and I don't know, it just makes it feel a little bit more alive. It's kind of like the equivalent of like anybody who does digital work. If you have like a really rough sketch and then you do like the liner over top and then you take the sketch layer off and then suddenly the liner feels super stiff without that sketch. Yeah, maybe that's a niche reference, but I feel like that happened to me every single time. Are these from imagination? No, I am looking at reference photos. Yeah, I made a post, I guess, in my original live stream thing that I canceled, but I would like to eventually show the photos so you guys could draw along with me, but for now I'm just kind of using photos off of my Pinterest board, so I don't know what the whole copyright sitch is with those. And also I don't even know how to do that yet. I don't know how to like overlay photos, so. But eventually I shall figure this out and it will be glorious. Okay. And then he's got his little feet. Yeah, I'm just kind of gonna fit these together like a little puzzle piece. Kind of like to do that. Cool. Okay, I think that's decent for kind of a base. Mm-hmm. Eventually, I'd also like to get some like ambient music running in the background, but like I said, I started this with zero preparation whatsoever, so this is all raw, baby. Okay. Alright, going in with pencil. I was using the HB before in the Kingfisher. I think I'll go a little bit darker. Yeah, let's try 2B, which is just like Pentalic. I don't even know. I've had these pencils for like probably a decade. A draw along would be really cool. Yeah, definitely. I'll do that in the future, but like I do have one on my YouTube channel. So it'd be kind of similar to that in the future once I can figure it out. I could do like a live gesture drawing too, so it's timed so everybody is kind of on the same page. That would be fun. Yeah, so I did that little poll a few days ago, yesterday. I have no concept of time, but anyway, most people went for the weekend afternoon / evening, so I think I'm gonna try that. Usually, like a Saturday afternoon is free for me, either Saturday or Sunday. I don't know which. Yeah, I'll probably just kind of take that one as it goes. I don't know. I know people like to have a solid schedule, so maybe I'll have to just kind of pick one and commit to it, but weekends are kind of spotty for me. But I shall try. I can usually fit it in there like one of those days at some point. No, I'm definitely not capturing the expression on this guy. I guess that's a little better. Swallows have like this really dark marking or a gap or something by their beak and their eye, so it looks like they're a little bit more menacing than they are. And I think that's a little bit too dark. Blink, blink, blink. I just recently got that kneaded eraser. I used to use them, and then my old one got so dirty that I needed to buy a new one because it just kept transferring all of the graphite onto the drawing and being super annoying like that. And then I went like maybe years without buying a new one for some reason. And then when I got this one, I was like, oh my god, why did I wait so long to do that? Because it just makes my life so much easier. I don't have to like try to use this really lightly and be super careful. I can just, you know, like bup, 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 bup. It's fine. I just like to make my life more complicated. It's kind of my thing. Okay. And then it kind of tucks into the shoulders. I'll probably do this for like half an hour, or not half an hour, an hour. So like, oh, it's 3:25 already, so another 30 minutes or so, something like that. I don't know, what do you guys think? Like, how is an hour good, or like, do people like longer streams? I don't know. Maybe I could work myself up to longer, but like, I find my voice gets really dry if I talk for too long. Maybe I just need to work up the stamina. Cool, this is fun. I should have done this last year. When I start streaming, I usually go for more than 2 hours and it's hard to stop. But I think the audience engagement is best when the stream is a bit shorter. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's fair. I could see it being a little bit addictive because it's kind of just like hanging out, super casual. You're not like, you know, making a super refined video or anything. But especially a lot of artists, like we're so kind of isolated on the day-to-day. And this is kind of our opportunity to socialize. It depends on what you want to do. The longer streams on Twitch tend to be more people talk and interact with the community, while painting is a side thing. when you want to focus on your drawing more, an hour or so seems fine. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, eventually I would do more painting streams and stuff like that too. I don't know if I'll like go with a theme that I do, like if I just want every week to be a sketchbook session, or if, I don't know. I don't want to plan anything too extensively because I just know when I do that, I panic and I just don't follow through. Okay. So, and then I love the way that the feathers, like the primary and the secondaries, like kind of overlay on each other. I think it's so pretty. But I never quite capture it. It's got kind of like a curve to it, at least with the swallows. Oh yeah, they're just so long. That's probably a little bit too exaggerated. And then the one in behind. An overall thing here on YouTube, it seems like YouTube Shorts are doing much better than the YouTube videos in terms of viewers. Okay, interesting. I don't watch YouTube Shorts, so I don't know, I've always assumed that like if I'm not doing something that it's probably not popular, but I'm like literally the most irrelevant person, so I don't know why I would think that. But I am on TikTok, and I joined that like, oh gosh, like the middle of last year or something like that. And I posted a few, and I just kind of recently got back into it. And it is actually really fun. Like the short form video is totally up my alley because it can just be a little bit more off the cuff. And there's no like, I don't know, there's no real pressure to have a huge plan or anything like that, or a big script. You can just show like 30 seconds of whatever you're doing, and that's fine. So I will be doing more of that. I don't know if I could like download the TikToks and then post them on YouTube for the shorts, or if they don't like that. I know or Instagram doesn't like that. Seems like whenever I save my TikTok video and then try to re-upload it on Instagram, it gets 0 views. So they must know. But that's a little messy. Yeah, I'm not really shading these. I'm just kind of just adding some lines real loose. Yeah, I was surprised comparing some of the numbers of people I watch. Yeah, that's honestly surprising. I mean, I'm sure that's not by accident. I'm sure that they are kind of rewarding people who make the shorts and stuff like that. God, Reels, the TikToks, I'm getting them all mixed up. So they're just trying to encourage people to kind of dive into that more. Obviously with the success of TikTok. Okay. All right, that's fine. That's a swallow. I'm not crazy about that sketch, but it is what it is. Let's see. Let's move on to this side. Where are we at here? Ooh, that one's going to be a little bit awkward for me. Can you see? Yeah, okay. Cool. Let's do, actually I did like the green. I think I'll start with that again. Do you have any bigger plans in terms of projects for this year? Yes and no. My main thing right now is I want to get signed by an agent and kind of start working more in publications and stuff like that. But I may just kind of focus on making my own children's book in the meantime and like getting a little bit more familiarized. I have done one before, but it wasn't story driven. It was just kind of a bunch of like individual illustrations. So they weren't super cohesive or anything, so I don't feel like I did a children's book, you know what I mean? So that's my main priority. And then just kind of, I don't know, I'm definitely open. I don't know where I want to go, and I'm trying not to plan it too much, because in years prior I've always like kind of hyper planned out my year and then felt really discouraged when it didn't go the way that I wanted it to. So we're gonna try a different approach this year, which is like, take it easy, keep producing work. That's priority number one. And then, you know, dive a little bit more into video content, which is what I'm doing right now. So yeah, we shall see. I honestly do believe that YouTube is like the best place for artists to be right now. And despite, you know, the competitiveness and like, I don't know, it's definitely an intimidating transition for me to make, but I do think that it's really rewarding, and it's a lot more personable because you can talk to people in your videos. You know, you can post something and then it has an opportunity to be found forever, basically. It's not just a one and done thing like Instagram. Okay, what do I want? What kind of bird do I want to draw next? What about you guys? What are you guys doing? Any like big goals, big plans? Okay, I don't want to draw another kingfisher, but that's all that it's showing me. Oh yeah, see this one. I don't know if the space will fit. Maybe not that one. I think YouTube streaming is better than Twitch for art. Okay, that is good to know, because I know, like, I paint birds. Liz, I don't remember her last name, but I think she does quite well with her Twitch, where she paints birds. And yeah, I don't know. I've tried Twitch, and it's just, there's so many features and stuff like that. It just kind of freaks me out. But YouTube feels a little bit more manageable, and like, I don't want to be on a billion different platforms, right? I'd rather just have everything on 2 or 3. So, okay, let's see what I'm looking for. Photos right now is what I'm doing. Yeah, let's do this one. Okay, I'm gonna draw this little cute robin, kind of looking over his shoulder from the back. That's for sure. Same for Twitch, where it's most likely around the current videos. People barely search there for old videos. Yeah. Okay, that's good. I'm glad that I went with this then, because people were kind of leaning towards Twitch a little bit initially when I made that poll on my Instagram, and I was like, oh, I don't know. My gut's kind of telling me YouTube, and I think I would have chosen YouTube regardless, to be honest. But, oh, that's not gonna fit. But yeah, no, I really do, I do like YouTube a lot, even though this whole streaming thing feels super clunky to me. But that's very likely because I have never done it before. Okay, I'm gonna cut into this drawing a little bit, I don't care. Yeah, I paint burbs. That's her Instagram user. The only thing I want to do is work on a bigger format this year, keep doing stuff, and improve my art. Next year is then the time to start on projects. Cool, yeah. Something vague in general like that, I think, is a great kind of goal. Which I know people will maybe say the opposite, like, oh, you need to have something solid and actionable and whatever, you know, SMART goals. Which is great, but I do think that, at least speaking for myself, I have a tendency to overplan and then not execute. So, literally, it's funny I mentioned this, because my slogan for this year, what I try to do every single year, is kind of have a word or phrase that kind of informs the decisions that I'm making, and just kind of something that I can continue to reference. And for this year, it's think less, do more. So, because I do have this really bad cycle of like just overthinking everything and then never actually making any progress, because I'm so just paralyzed in that like research phase. Or there's just so many directions, so many opportunities, like how do I choose? and that doesn't help me. If I start to research too much, then I just kind of wind myself up into a circle. Sorry, this is like waggling all over the place. YouTube best option, cool. Yeah, it seems like they're really investing into the streaming here, so I think it will be a good thing to get more familiar with, like going forwards. Because obviously Twitch has been, you know, very successful with that, so I think they're kind of banking on that as well. Which all social media is just like, all of these companies are parasites. Oh, this site's doing well, maybe we should incorporate that. And it's like, well, no, I mean, some people would like to have different things for different platforms rather than having everything kind of homogenized onto one, but that's fine. You cannot argue with those people. They just run the world, eh? We're just here taking it as it comes and trying to figure it out. My goal this year is to worry less about studying and more about making finished projects. Yes, I love that. That's such a big one. I think people can really get sucked into the whole practice thing and then never actually produce any of the work that they've been like practicing for. And what I found has really helped me is to create work that I want to create and then reflect on it at the end to kind of determine the things that I like that I did and the things that I think I can improve on for the next piece. And then that way I'm kind of getting slightly better with every single drawing. And I find it's a lot more motivating that way because it just gives you a little bit more of a steam boost going into the next piece. Like, all right, I know what I want to focus on. I know what I need to kind of look up for references in advance and yada, yada, yada. So it's really good for building momentum that way. Because yeah, I used to be somebody who like totally hyper fixated on the whole practice aspect of it and created these huge daunting challenges for myself of all these different studies I wanted to do, of all the fundamentals, yada yada. And I don't know, I feel like I didn't actually make any progress because I didn't know how to apply those things that I was learning to what I actually wanted to do. But this way is a lot more manageable for me. Oh, I'm getting real rough with this one. It's okay, that's what the pencil on top is going to be for. The dual stream option is there when you think you're missing out people on Twitch. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot that there is like an option for that. The dual stream on Twitch and YouTube. Maybe that'll be something that I look into eventually. Definitely not now. I definitely need to like get comfortable with this first. There's still like, eventually I'd like to get like a webcam set up and like have pictures like I said before, and I don't know, it's exciting. There's a lot of different features and stuff to use, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. And like if I commit to doing this weekly, which is what I would like to do ideally, then I'll pick up on this kind of thing pretty fast, I think. Especially with you guys helping me. Much appreciated. Oh man, this is very rough. I also need a steadier table would be great. Because I hate how the screen wobbles every time I try to erase something. Trying to be so gentle. Usually I'm like, ah. I tried that with perspective, but ditched that to learn just things I really need for current images I work on. So when there's a issue or topic, I look it up. Yeah, that's how I tend to do it too. Like just, you know, the things that you know, or things that you need to know for particular pieces, like really specific areas or topics or anatomy or whatever. And you just retain it a lot better when it's like used specifically for the context of the piece that you're working on. Okay, I'm gonna try and actually draw this wing rather than mindlessly drawing in feathers. I definitely would like to do a study sesh maybe next time, looking at bird wings. I think that might be cool because they're hard. As much as I love drawing birds, they are hard. Oh man, there's so many. So many feathers. They have really cool rhythm to them though, so that is fun. Sure, let's go with that. It's kind of like playing scales on the piano over and over, but never playing any music pieces. Exactly, it's exactly like that. It's, and I don't know, like I get it. There is something, it feels good to practice something and learn a basic skill, and then having to apply it in like a creative context can just be like a whole other beast for a lot of people. So I definitely get the paralysis, I guess is the word. And there's also that tendency of like when you feel like you know something, you just kind of want to keep practicing that over and over again because it makes you feel good. And then you never actually address the topics that you do not know because that does not feel as good. It feels super clunky and uncomfortable and, you know, but that is the way it's supposed to feel, clunky and uncomfortable. That means you're learning. Okay, feather here. Cool, cool, cool. He's so cute, this little robin. So I posted the icon, but not the text. Strange. Groovy ones. That's why I never. Okay. That's why I never. Yeah. So that's actually another reason why I wanted to make a YouTube account, because unless you guys know of some people that I don't really know many people drawing primarily animals or like creatures on YouTube. It's just a lot of people drawing people, which is just, I don't know, it's cool, and I do like to watch that too, but it's just not really what I do, so I have a hard time, you know, having the same kind of interest. So it just kind of feels like a little bit of a gap that, hey, I can do that. I can draw animals all day, man, I love it. Okay, that feels gross. Okay, can you guys even see the tail of this? I don't even know what's in frame at this point. Try my best. Just yell at me if something's not showing up properly, because I can't see. What's annoying too is like the tripod that I'm using to even hoist my phone up takes up the whole freaking screen pretty well, so I can't even look to see where everything is. Okay, and then his little leg sitting on a ledge. Cool. Let's try pencil. Yeah, I haven't drawn people in my free time in what feels like forever. Animals and birds are always my first choice. Yeah, I actually used to draw people like more than animals. And that was kind of my main thing for a long time. I don't really talk about it a lot, but doing like character art for people, like people who play games and like role play and stuff like that, was like my main source of income for a long time. And I still do it. So I do actually draw a lot of characters. I just don't post them on Instagram. And I don't really draw them for fun anymore. It's pretty much exclusively for work. But like I know having that skill is super valuable, like for clients and things like that. So I don't know if I want to draw people. I like the world better with just creatures and animals. I love a dark, bold pencil. Can you guys even see? Am I in frame? Where am I? There I am. Hi, Erin. Animal lovers, my first choice. I'm glad I followed you. Another non-furry animal artist is so refreshing to see. Nothing against furry art, not so much my style. Yeah, it's definitely a different energy. But again, like nothing against furries, and I've definitely drawn my share of furries in my day. But I don't know, just sometimes you just want an animal, right? They're just a non-standing animal. And no, I have not. I mean, I've kind of tried animation. Am I still out of frame? Oh gosh. Thank you. Yeah, I've tried my own like small, very small, like short things, but definitely nothing colored, nothing refined, and nothing worth showing. I do like the idea of it. I think it would be really, really fun, but it's just so much work. And I think my work is kind of best in like more of an illustrative kind of context, because I like it to feel almost two-dimensional. Like I don't really know how to describe it, honestly. But it would be fun to try more and kind of dive into at some point. I just don't even know what I want to animate beyond something really short, like a GIF or a GIF. I don't know how do people say that? Is it GIF? Is it GIF? I know that this was like a really contentious debate for a long time, and I just didn't learn. I think I say GIF. GIF. No, I say GIF. Not like the peanut butter. I should really know this by now. I'm an internet vet. But he looks a little tired. How to do a curve of the cheek. Something like that. Yeah, that kind of works, I guess. If you need animation tutorial / tips, I have resources as a former animation student. Oh, that's good to know. Yeah, I definitely might take you up on that because I don't know what I'm doing yet again. I don't know, would you know if you can animate in the program Krita? Like the free open source Photoshop kind of alternative? I don't have Photoshop. I use something called Paint Tool Sci, which is just strictly a drawing program. And I can animate, and like I have done really small animations in that, but it's very, very tedious because I can't really do, I don't know, just the layering is really kind of tricky. And like to test the animation, I just have to like unveil the layers really fast. Something about me is like I'm super kind of resourceful, and by resourceful I mean very cheap. So like if it means I don't have to pay for something, I will find a way, right? Like I will come up with something. I will use all of my creative energy to save me $1. So yeah, free programs are ideal. Not that I wouldn't invest, because something like Photoshop I do really think has a lot of value, but I just really hate that they have a subscription model now. Like I'm really tired of the whole subscription model thing. have so many subscriptions. I'm getting a little super heavy-handed and messy. Krita, I guess indeed you can. I've run a summer camp course animating Krita before. Ooh, that's super convenient. Yeah, I have it downloaded and I use it for really simple things like turning images from RGB to CMYK, because I can't do that in the Paint Tool Slide program that I use. But I haven't really, I don't know, I haven't really tried Krita otherwise. I stick to what I know a little bit as far as the digital programs. And all of those features, again, intimidate me. Because I like things to be very straightforward. And so things like Twitch and Photoshop and Krita, things that have a lot of different features, I'm just like, nope. I don't know what that means, so I'm going to not even try. Yeah, I wouldn't go the Photoshop route anymore. I still have my old CS5, but besides that, I use Krita and Rebel 5. Rebel 5, I've never heard of that one. Honestly, I do think that they're, like, the alternatives that they're coming up with are really good. And I think Photoshop maybe is so dominant because that's what a lot of professionals use. So I think people, even who make digital work non-professionally, they feel kind of obligated to, or they want to use what everybody else is kind of like the industry standard kind of deal. But I don't think that it's necessary. Okay, I think this is probably going to be my last drawing. So I've got like, yeah, maybe like 5 minutes left or something like that. Now I said that I wasn't going to save this recording, but I actually might. Because it's, I don't know, I think it's valuable. I'll have something to compare it to as I get better at this. That green sketch layer is quite dark, so it's hard for me to make out some of these details, but a little messy is okay. Eventually, too, I'd like to do drawing requests. I think that would be fun. And get you guys involved a little bit more. Cool. I think that's it. Okay. Toon Boom is another good animation program. Yeah, I've heard of that one, actually. Is that, I wonder if that's free. Probably not. Probably not. Okay. All right, guys, I think I'm done. I think I'm gonna call it. So, I mean, hopefully, I know, I'm sure this was maybe a little bit unprofessional because I don't know what I'm doing still, and I'm kind of getting a little bit familiarized with everything, but I appreciate your patience. I appreciate the tips. And I do, like I said, I do want to do this like weekly. I guess I should show you everything that we did. So we did this little kingfisher, and we did the barn swallow, and then this little robin guy, which I don't know if you guys can see any of this. I'm just moving my sketchbook around aimlessly at this point, but usually I draw a lot faster than this too, I should say. Like normally something like this would take me no more than 10 minutes, but when I'm talking, I kind of like wander and everything. So, but yeah, I'll kind of get more of a hang on that as I do this more and I get more comfortable talking while I'm drawing and all of that fun stuff. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming. It was super fun to talk while I doodle a little bit, and it's like being productive, but like hanging out at the same time. So it's really a win-win. Video quality fine at 720 rather. Love that because I don't know how to change the quality, so that's great to know. Yeah, I'll try to improve little things here and there for the next stream, and I will schedule that in maybe tomorrow and like actually have a solid date and time for people so they can kind of prepare and whatever. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now. Yeah, thank you guys so much. I'll see you sometime next week around the same general time. Bye. Now, how do I turn this off in a graceful way? Wink. Oh, here we go.